What's up, space fans? Today we're diving into 10 mind-blowing facts about the moon that you probably didn't know. Buckle up. It's going to be an astronomical ride. It's inspired countless myths, poems, and scientific inquiries. The most widely accepted theory is the giant impact hypothesis. While most scientists think it formed from debris after Earth collided with a Mars-sized body called Theia, there's no final answer yet. Some researchers believe it was torn off, and once part of the Earth. Another theory? It formed independently and was captured by Earth's gravity later. Did you know the moon has earthquakes too? They're called moonquakes. These lunar rumbles are caused by the gravitational tug-of-war between Earth and the moon, meteor impacts, and the cooling and shrinking of the moon's crust. What's truly wild is that some moonquakes can last longer than they do on Earth. We all know about the phases of the moon, but there's a whole side of the moon we never get to see from Earth. It's often called the dark side, but that's a bit of a misnomer. The far side isn't always dark. It experiences day and night just like the side facing us. It's just that because of the moon's rotation and its orbit around Earth, this far side is always hidden from our view. What's even more intriguing is that the far side is dramatically different from the familiar face we see. When you imagine the moon, you probably picture a desolate, lifeless world. And while it's true the moon doesn't have lush forests or vast oceans, it's not entirely dead either. Billions of years ago, volcanoes erupted across the lunar surface, spewing out lava that flowed for miles. This molten rock eventually cooled and solidified, forming the dark flat plains we call Maria. While those volcanoes are long extinct, scientists believe there might still be magma, molten rock, lurking beneath the moon's surface. Here's a thought that's both fascinating and a tad unsettling. The moon is slowly but surely moving away from us. Don't panic though. It's happening at a rate of about 1.5 inches, or 3.8 centimeters, per year, roughly the same speed your fingernails grow. This gradual separation is due to the complex interplay of gravity between Earth and the moon. Over billions of years, this drift will have significant effects. Tides will change, and eclipses as we know them might become a thing of the past. Ever wonder what it would be like to experience a day on the moon? A single day on the moon lasts about 29.5 Earth days. That's right, almost a full month here on Earth. This means you'd experience about 2 weeks of continuous daylight, followed by 2 weeks of continuous night. And because the moon has essentially no atmosphere to regulate temperature, these long days and nights lead to wild temperature swings. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink, unless you're on the moon. Recent discoveries have revealed that water ice exists on the moon, hidden away in permanently shadowed craters at the lunar poles. These craters are like cosmic refrigerators, shielding the ice from the sun's heat for billions of years. This lunar ice is incredibly valuable. It could potentially be used by future astronauts as a source of drinking water, oxygen through electrolysis, and even rocket fuel by splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen. NASA's Artemis program is particularly interested in harnessing these water resources. You know that fine powdery stuff you find on old books? Well, imagine that, but a million times finer, sharper, and clinging to everything it touches. That's lunar dust for you. This pesky powder is created by billions of years of micrometeorite impacts, grinding lunar rock into a fine dust that coats everything on the moon. While it might look harmless, lunar dust is a real nuisance. It can damage equipment, clog filters, and even pose health risks to astronauts. Total solar eclipses are some of the most awe-inspiring celestial events you can witness. And guess what? We have the moon to thank for these breathtaking displays. The moon is about 400 times smaller than the sun, but it's also about 400 times closer to Earth. This cosmic coincidence means that, when aligned just right, the moon perfectly covers the sun's disk, creating a total solar eclipse. Imagine leaving your mark on the moon, a footprint that could last for millions of years. Well, that's a reality for the Apollo astronauts. Because the moon has no atmosphere to speak of, there's no wind, rain, or erosion to speak of either. This means those iconic boot prints left on the lunar surface in 1969 are most likely still there today. There you have it, 10 facts that just might make you look at the moon differently. From its mysterious origins to the potential for lunar ice, Our celestial neighbor is full of surprises. What was your favorite moon fact? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, the next time you gaze up at the night sky, take a moment to appreciate the wonder of the moon.